Hey watch enthusiasts, welcome back to Base Watches, your ultimate destination for all things men's watches. Today we're tackling an exciting challenge, building the top 5 best ultimate luxury watch collection on a $4,500 budget for 2024. Yes, you heard that right, we're about to show you that you don't need to break the bank to own some truly luxurious timepieces. From classic elegance to modern marvels, we've curated a collection that delivers high-end style without the high-end price tag. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this budget-friendly luxury adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Let's get started. The beating heart of the Longines Legend Diver is its caliber L592 movement, which moves along at a crisp 28,800 beats per hour, so it's very smooth. The 22 Joule movement has a 40-hour power reserve, which allows you to set it aside for a couple of days without it running out of juice. The Legend Diver's stainless steel case measures 36 millimeters in diameter. It features a sapphire crystal, which has a flat top with an angled bevel at the outside. It's scratch-resistant and has multiple layers of anti-reflective coating, which reduces glare to the bare minimum. It's water-resistant as deep as 300 meters, thanks to the super compressor-style design. The dial is understated but still displays all the information you need to know. The inner index displays the time, with slim gold hashes at each minute mark. Wider hashes indicate the 5-minute marks, with prominent numerals at the 12, 6, and 9 o'clock positions. All of these markings are highly visible against the flat black face, and the 3 o'clock position features a small date window. The night vision is a bit unusual. While most of the hashes don't have a lume finish, the 5-minute positions all have a dot or a line with a pale blue lume finish. The hour hand has a short, squat arrow tip, which also has a lume marking, as does the relatively slender minute hand. Overall, the Longines Legend Diver is a watch that appeals to those who appreciate retro aesthetics and modern functionality. Its combination of vintage design elements, practical diving features, and contemporary technology makes it a versatile and admired timepiece. If you're a fan of classic dive watches with a touch of nostalgia, the Longines Legend Diver is a compelling choice that pays homage to a golden era of watchmaking. Let's take a look at what Seiko is now calling the modern interpretation of the 1982 Hybrid Diver's watch, also known as the 2019 Arnie, or the Senji 025. Available in 3 different colorways, the Senji 025 is the most authentic to the original H558 5009, with a black 47.8mm tuna-style shrouded case, polished lugs, a unidirectional rotating bezel with a black elapsed time insert, and Seiko's usual dive watch-style design wearing a tiny LCD for a hat. While the Senji 025 is indeed 47.8mm wide, 14.4mm thick, and some 51.3mm lug to lug, you might be surprised by the way it hugs a less than physically impressive wrist, like mine. Yes, it's massive, but it wears really well, lightweight, and relatively square in proportions with a soft 22mm wide black silicone strap. Honestly, if you've ever worn a larger tuna-style Seiko case, it's hard to understand, but while the Senji 025 looks huge, it's not at all hard to wear, though it does help if you're the type who frequently eschews sleeves. Powered by a solar quartz movement, the H851, the Senji 025 offers analog time that is synchronized and set by an electronic crown and the supporting digital screening. Using 2 locking pushers on the left case flank, the screen offers a handful of additional functions, including a digital display of the time, a calendar, local time, a chronograph, and an alarm. All of these functions are both very basic and quite useful, with minimal interface between you and the end function itself. In conclusion, the Seiko Prospex Senji 025 Arnie is a legendary and highly functional timepiece with a strong connection to the world of action movies. Let's start by looking at the case. Just like the original Dove D10, the Pilot Pioneer has a Tonneau and cushion-shaped case with a brushed finish. The brushing keeps the watch looking toolish, but it also looks more refined than the bead blasting seen on the Khaki Field Mechanical. The size of the case is a modest 36 mm with a lug-to-lug of 41 mm and a thickness of 10 mm. This is pretty much the same size as the original Hamilton W10, and I'm glad to see Hamilton resisted the urge to upscale the watch for a modern audience. I find that the watch wears pretty true to these dimensions as well. However, it's the dial that really demonstrates just how much of a step up the Pilot Pioneer is over the Khaki Aviation Pilot Pioneer Mechanical. Whilst the dial of the KFM is flat and functional, the dial of the Pilot Pioneer is packed with different finishes that draw the eye from one spot to another. For starters, the dial itself has a sandpaper-like finish to it. It's subtle, but it imparts just enough texture to prevent the dial from being dull. Just like the Khaki Field Mechanical, the Pilot Pioneer uses Hamilton's H50 movement. It's essentially a modified ETA 2801, and it has 17 joules, a 3 Hz beat rate, and an impressive 80-hour power reserve. In conclusion, the Hamilton Khaki Aviation Pilot Pioneer Mechanical is a fitting tribute to the brand's heritage in aviation timekeeping. The diving watches of the Ocean Star collection from Meo are considered to be insider tips among Swiss timepieces. Since 1959, the collection has been writing success stories worldwide, even if the traditional manufacturer is a bit unknown, at least in Europe. Since about mid-2020, Meo again carries a GMT variant in the Ocean Star collection. When feeling the case surfaces, the Meo Ocean Star GMT makes the usual good impression. Everything feels very high quality. This can also be felt on the wrist, where the diver's watch sits very comfortably. A case diameter of 44 mm is a real mark, even for diving watches. Such a watch stands out. You should be aware of that. However, compared to the 44 mm in diameter, the Meo Ocean Star GMT measures just 13 mm in height, so the watch sits quite flat on the wrist. The additional very dynamic design of the case sides give the diver a sporty look. Inside, the Meo Ocean Star GMT beats a caliber 80, whose name says it all. Meo claims an exceptional power reserve of up to 80 hours. When it comes to the watch crystal, no one is fooling Meo. This is one of the best in the segment and impresses with its exceptional sharpness and transparency. Said it is whose price is far above that of the Ocean Star GMT. In conclusion, the Meo Ocean Star GMT Black is a versatile and reliable watch designed for individuals who appreciate dive watch aesthetics and the practicality of a GMT complication. Formex is one of the more exciting independent microbrands today, and the Formex Feel Automatic 41mm is a welcome addition to the lineup. With unique designs and a willingness to try new things, it stands out in an increasingly crowded space. At 41mm in Grade 2 titanium, the listed height is 10.6mm, but due to the downward turn lugs and nearly flush screw-down case back, the watch wears thinner. The Formex website lists it as 8.8mm perceived thickness, and I can't disagree. It is very lightweight. One of the unique elements of the watch is the proprietary on-the-fly micro-adjust system on the lightweight carbon composite deployment that comes with the leather strap. But being lightweight and comfortable doesn't mean it isn't ready to withstand day-to-day wear. The unique hardening process applied to the titanium resists scratches, and the watch is water-resistant to 150 meters. Despite its lightness, it feels exceptionally well put together. You would think such a slim watch would lack dial depth. Two small visual tricks erase that notion. The first is a slight upward curve at the edge of the dial. Although subtle, it provides a hint of added depth. The second and more obvious is the recessed numbers filled with superluminova. These two elements in the custom font create the feel of something different than a typical field watch. The Formex Feel Automatic 41mm is a well-engineered, well-designed, lightweight, comfortable, and unique take on the everyday field watch.